Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Ratchet and Clank for Sony PlayStation 2. In the last episode, we took care of one of the gold bolts for Core 2. We went through the secured area, we explored everything, and we found an infobot that would take us to Drek's fleet. Now that we know that he has a deplanetizer, and he's aiming that at planet Veldin, Ratchet's homeworld, where this all started. And now we're gonna have to go and storm Drek's fleet in an attempt to find Drek and give him what for. Before I go, though, I do want to go. Don't want to know what was up with that. But I do want to go ahead and break some crates here real quick for some free bolts, because I'm going to need them. Once we get on the ship, we are heading to Drek's fleet in the Veldin orbit. We need to find the coordinates for Drek's laser, and possibly find Drek himself. We have 2 gold bolts, as you could tell, on the lower right-hand corner earlier, and we also have 2 skill points. I've managed to practice getting all 4 of those things, the 2 skill points, 2 gold bolts, and if you know what you're doing, not that hard. And once we get off the ship here, we will be heading to places. Now, by going through, well, actually we can't go through there because that takes us to outer space. And that teleporter over there will take us to the actual level proper. But if we go down here, we can go through 3 rings and open a door. This will lead to something useful, as well as a skill point, if we are good enough to get it. So, electrified water, yeah, you know that's going to lead to an obstacle course where we have to get through things safely and within a specific amount of time. In this case, 80 seconds, minute 20. Shouldn't be too hard if you know what to do, and you don't mess up too unbelievably hard. Don't want to touch the mines, don't want to touch the lasers, and best of all, or most of all, you don't want to hit the electric fan blades either. Those will really hurt. So don't touch anything you shouldn't, and you should be okay. Can't believe I didn't run into that. Oh, but I ran into that though. Great. However, I do want to go over to here. I may have cost myself some time. And I completely blew it. Great. That's what I get for wasting too much time, but that will give me some time to, and another chance to try this again. Hopefully without hitting anything that I shouldn't near the end. That is indeed what I get for surfacing a little too early there. That or taking too much time. I should have just went for the exit, the normal exit, for all that. Would have saved me a lot of grief. Alright. Let us go through here. And I still touch that. Seriously, why? Well... I can still get this. We have the code box. And we will need this for a little something in one of the other planets that we've already been to. For now, I'm going to go ahead, break all this, break all these things. It's a shame I can't go back and take the other path, though. I'll probably go for this area again. Go through the entire floor here. And not only go through the rings and take the path that I wanted to go through last time. Yeah, that's right, I have to go to gadgets to use the mine detector. Because I never had this thing on quick select. And it's not a weapon. And I really want to sweep for mines before I go in there, because that will take me back to, what is it? That will take me back to the start. Had to think about that for a second. And there is the last of the bolts that I wanted to get with the bolt detector. And this will take me back to the beginning. Now that that's over with, I want to go through here again. No, that's not what I wanted. I don't want to go through there. I want to do the old underwater thing yet again. I may go for length on today's video, just because of everything that is here and how long it might take me. Plus, I know that I can do this thing. I think if I slow down just a little bit, I can do this. If I don't go too fast near the end, getting through here shouldn't be that much of a big deal. It shouldn't be that much of a problem. And let's go through here. Whoa. Hey. Let's go through here. I don't know how I managed to do that, but I did. I don't know how I managed to do that either, but I did. And that. Really? Come on! It can't be that hard! And I need to surface right here. This will take me to a gold bolt. And of course the water will be re-electrocuted again. But if I can go through here, if I can just hit that button again, I can just restart the timer and I'll have more than enough time to go back to the beginning. And I touched a mine for no reason whatsoever. let us go back to the launch bay. I wish I could skip this. I wish I could skip this little cinematic, but unfortunately the game does not let me do it. And I'm going to try this again because I know it's possible. I know that this is doable. I just keep messing this up at the end. Once again, my stubbornness is making this take a lot longer than it should. And if I could touch that, that would be great. Okay. Also, going into the water with a mine detector in your hands is not really the best idea. How Ratchet just automatically de-equips it is just beyond me. But I do want to go through here. I find it amazing that I'm still able to use the height. Really? I mess everything up there? Really? This is how it's going to go down? I had no problem with this in the practice run. I'm going to say that right now. I shouldn't be having a problem with this now either. And yet, for some reason, I am. This is what happens when you talk and play a game at the same time. Unfortunately. Alright. And I still messed this up. Horribly. Come on. This can't be that difficult. I did this in one shot. And now, all of a sudden, nothing goes right. And I can't seem to figure out why. You're kidding. We're still messing this up horribly. What is the hang up here? I can't believe I'm doing all this for a skill point. I believe if you're playing the Ratchet and Clank collection on PS3, anything that gives you a skill point will also usually give you a PS3 trophy as well, I think. So, if you're doing everything like I am, you're more than likely going to get all the trophies too. More than likely. There may be a few that I don't know about. But if you know your way through the first game, you can get all the trophies for the first game on PS3. I don't know how I did that when I messed that up so... Oh my gosh, come on! I was so close! I really need to slow down on the ones near the end. It's the only way that I'm going to be able to get this thing taken care of. Now, as long as I don't hit these mines, I should be good. Alright. We're good. For the most part. Let's just be careful. Okay. Okay. And there we go. Like I said, wasn't that difficult. We now have our skill points. Have a nice day. Ay, ay, ay. Alright. That is another thing crossed off the list. And I am now going to do the main thing. And this is where I start to really explore the level and also explain some stuff along the way. Besides all these crates that you can break for bolts, there are also panels you can break for bolts as well, assuming you're close enough to them when you destroy them. Also, this is a sneaking section, and you will need the Hologeist for this area. If you can get past this whole section and defeat all the enemies, you'll also be able to get a skill point for doing that. And as I said, just break these with the wrench. You should be able to get a few more extra bolts. I know that I'm going to need them because I'm going to need them for supplies and for some of the things that I'm going to be doing. Alright, we waved them off. And there's none of these guys over here. Okay, we got the guard dogs. And we got the lasers. Obviously, we don't want to hit the lasers. And we want to break all the crates, too. And defeat the enemies while we are here. Getting so many things in terms of bolts and whatnot. And I want to put on the hologram. Okay, I guess not. I forgot, this is the last part of this one little mini section of the ship. And once I go through this teleporter, we'll be in a brand new section. Now, we can't break any of these panels here, but we do have a bunch of crates that I do want to break. Now to get the Hologeist back on. And go through this door. Okay. Okay, get the Devastator ready. Perfect. That allowed us to get through this whole section without the little buttons getting triggered here. And I do not want to deal with anything that fires things at me. Okay. He is amazingly not going for any of the... He's not going for the button. I'm surprised he did not hit the button. That last guy that I just destroyed. That is incredible. I thought he would go for the button. He did not go for the button. Well, managed to be batting 1,000 so far. And that's a good thing that he didn't hit the button because, well, you've got fireball shooters here. And I do not want to deal with those. Alright. We should be good as far as bolts in this room are concerned. Let us go back to being a robot for a little while again. Okay. Smile and wave, boys, smile and wave. Get rid of him. There may be some crates. You always want to look around for crates, and it's a good thing we did, because more bolts. And now it's time for the light cruiser. Now it's time for the third part of this. Oh dear. Alright. We're going to need a swing shot for this. And we better be ready to fight as soon as we get to the other end. And just by wiping out so many of these things at once, we're able to get through here. All right. Now, there may be another robot in here. Kind of hard to put this level of memory. But here's something I can do, I think. Oh, no, 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 no. Let's keep that on. Let's wait for those two to leave. And then we're going to wait for the two guys to the side to show up. They're going to get destroyed as soon as they even consider going for the switches. And we can take care of the rest of the enemies this way. I do not want to open that door there. That would be very, very bad. Okay, I can't break that panel. Some of the panels you can break, some you can't. Keep that in mind in case you're needing those extra few more bolts for whatever it is that you want to do. And now we have another guy that we can wave off. Let's do that. Hi. Bye. And we have... Oh! We're at the end of this. We have a skill point now. Beautiful. Let me get everything over here. And cross that off the list. So that's 3 of 4 things done already. And there are also some panels that I can destroy too. Can't destroy that, but I can't destroy that either. That's something. Well, I can destroy these. Perfect. Now we are going to be on the flagship. You can't go through there. You'll just be stopped if you try. You can go through there, though. Just keep in mind that you'll be in space, and you'll have the O2 mask on automatically. Now it's time to play with our good friend the metal detector again, because there are bolts here. And I want to get as many bolts as I can. And that was the last of them, amazingly. Yeah, I'll go ahead and get all of these. Why not? And now that we're done here, let's go through here. We'll have the magnet boots and the O2 mask on. Not to worry. And now we are on the other underside of the ship. Don't worry about these lasers. They won't hurt you.
The gunfire from those turrets is deadly. You will have to find a detour.
Of course, if you walk past this platform here, the game does stop you. Again, don't worry about the lasers as you make your way to the Magna Boots platform, because they still won't hit you. And by going over here, we now have a fighter ship that we can enter and use to destroy the turrets that are getting in our way. Don't run into that laser first and foremost. You're going to have a bad time if you do. Also, be very careful fighting off enemies and whatnot, because they can still wreck you and give you a bad time. If you can, try to approach hordes of these ships and try to destroy them that way. Just destroy them all while they're in just droves. It'll make things a little easier when it comes time to... Oh dear. Starting to sound like Piglet from the 100 Acre Woods. Oh, the deer. But this is what I'm talking about. I found like a good bunch of ships here. And you want to collect a lot of pickups, because those first aid kits, you can only get so much out of them. And you will be left wanting for more if you are not careful. And there we go. You have to destroy all those turrets, and once you destroy them, you'll complete the mission for that little part of the thing. And you can get back. Yeah, those eight turrets that I was shooting down, the one with the little red reticles telling you, hey, these are turrets, you need to destroy those. Those are the main things you want to deal with. You can... Controlling the ship is the same as ever. Aside from the left control stick or the D-pad, you also have square for the machine guns and R1 for the missiles. You do have the shields in the lower right-hand corner. You have your current amount of missiles in the upper left. It's just like Poketaru. And once you get over here, you'll be taking an elevator down to here. And you will have a bunch of enemies when you get over here. And when you get off the platform, you will drop down. And you will have some robo-dogs to get rid of. Now, before we go over there past all those lasers, we're going to go over here. We're going to get close to the laser. Apparently even in robot dog form. Ow. Well, apparently touching the laser was enough to do it. But apparently we managed to get the dogs to run into the laser and give them a hard time. And from here, we got a bunch of crates that we can destroy and get all the bolts with. As well as another door that we can go through. He may throw fireballs at us, but he will not be able to hit a button and send fireballs at us. That guy can't. Okay. And you want to use the long jump with the jetpack to get to this gold bolt. And that is the last of the collectibles. Hit this, and you should be able to go back. Can we hit this? We can. Nope. Forgot about that. Let's go ahead and hit that from a distance here. And we are now back in this area. And we can now go back over here. Let's go ahead and take the long way again. Why not? We're already over there. Believe it or not, you can walk upside down the room where we just took a detour to that second gold bolt. There's not really much of a reason for you to do so, though, as far as I can tell. At least this platform is gracious enough to know somehow that you are here and will allow you to get over to here. That was close. And he's not going to be able to get me. Not there. He can't do a thing. Not while I'm up there and he's down there. Of course, the only reason you should be upside down in this room is if you got the gold bolt and you came back the long way to here. This should get us right side up again. And that'll bring us over here. This is what I wanted to do. I want to make sure that I get all of these bolts. Come back. Go over here. Go around this platform. And here we are. This is the front of the main ship. This is it. This is the control room. This is the bridge. Once I go in, there's going to be I said there should be a cutscene. I turned the mic off on OBS a little too early. I apologize if it cut off right there.
Tonight on Blind TV, the event you have all been waiting for, the total annihilation of an entire planet! Witness the power, the destruction, and the nothingness that follows. So join Ultimate Supreme Executive Chairman Drek as he pushes the button that ends one world and begins another. Then, stay tuned for the galaxy's funniest superhero bloopers featuring Captain Quark.
Now we know where he is. Let's get him.
And we now have the info bot for Planet Veldin, which means we are going back to where this game started, and we have now gone full circle. Before we go, we would like to break these. That would be nice. And let's go ahead and get some bolts while we're at it. Don't see why not. And I can't seem to break these. Yeah, I can't break that one. But we can return to the launch bay. And we can go back to getting our supplies again. Now that we are at a vendor.
Hi there, Fuzzball.
Let's go ahead and refill on Devastator.
That's a real beauty.
What else do we need? Okay, I got everything as far as...
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a nice one.
we are pretty much good on ammo. So we now have everything that we need. We now have an info bot for Planet Veldin, because that's where Drek is. We finally found the man. And we now have to go there in order to save the planet so it doesn't get replaced by a new one. That will then get polluted and then destroyed, and then the cycle continues. But I still have a few loose ends. I want to get the rest of the gold weapons. I want to get that last nanotech upgrade from Orzon. And I also want to get the Rhino. And I'm going to need a lot of bolts to do that. I have a trick as to how to get all those bolts. And I will show it off in the next video. The next video will be a hop, skip, and a jump for you, the viewer. But for me, it's going to be a couple of days worth of grinding. Because I'm going to need a lot of bolts to do the things that I want to do. And I'm going to need a lot of them. So join me next time where I will be loaded with bolts. And I show off everything that I have yet to get. And we will soon tackle Planet Veldin. That's pretty much all that's left now. We are pretty much at endgame. Once I get everything I need, there's no turning back. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!